Jameel Ahmad joins us on the line now. He's the Global Chief Market Analyst. He's the Vice President of Corporate Development at FXTM. On the line once again. Jameel, good to have you back.
Always my pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Let's look at the local markets, the regional markets. What have we seen today, Jameel?
Sure. So we're seeing a little bit more calmness today in the local markets. But I tell you what an absolutely explosive and fascinating start to the week. Not just local equity markets, but major stocks as well. They've been tumbling. There's a lot of concerns over oil slipping back below $30, global growth. You know, even despite the lack of China market volatility due to the Chinese New Year, there's been incredible selling throughout the stock markets this week.
It's interesting this, isn't it? Because it has all been, fears over global growth. China's been off, so that's kind of mitigated it. But the oil story is, and I hate to say it, once again, front and center.
You're completely right. I mean, I think that there's just so many different possible weights to investor sentiment right now, where you've got, like you said, slow global growth, ongoing concerns over China, global economy, it's just not progressing, and then you've got depressed oil prices and the impact this would then have on global growth, and then you put all of these, different ingredients together, and you've got some exceptional moves throughout the financial markets.
Jameel, what are you focusing on at the moment when you have a situation where oil is where it is and things are so choppy, if not downright volatile? Right now, what are you concerned about? And conversely, what are you, I guess, bullish about?
I'll tell you what I would do right now is keep monitoring my correlations. This is what I'm monitoring. Right. Okay, so oil markets are dropping again, but what, correlation does this have? So then I'm looking at the commodity-linked currencies. What's happening to those currencies that are linked to commodity exports? What has then happened to those economies and their stock markets that are linked to commodity exports? And this is where I draw in the UE markets, because we are seeing a lot of pressure this week. The correlation is very strong with this selling the oil price. But I tell you what's fascinating tonight, because we have the Federal Reserve Chairwoman, Janet Yellen, is going to make a statement in front of Congress. And the timing of this, it couldn't be any more dramatic. All of the world around the financial markets is going to be watching this evening. What does she think about the recent volatility? Was it a complete mistake to raise interest rates at the end of last year? I don't personally think it is, but there's going to be a lot of question marks asked this evening. And, Janet Yellen, the timing is very unfortunate, but she's going to have to provide some very strong responses tonight. Otherwise, this volatility might extend even more.
Finally, quick look at the currencies. Where's the money?
Okay, euro is drifting higher. It's basically this risk-off attitude is making the euro bounce due to the simple fact that investors are no longer putting their selling options on the euro. The British pound is falling heavily for the same reason as a risk-off attitude, but actually because investors are not wanting to look at risky assets, so the pound is just slipping lower. But I tell you what we're seeing, Japanese yen demand. This is the time where, in uncertainty, the Japanese yen is your friend. Japanese yen is storming ahead against all of its currency partners. I mean, just over the past week, dollar yen's dropped from 121 to around 121 to about 114. Some exceptional demand for the Japanese yen. From the dirham perspective, tonight's going to be a risk, just in case the Federal Reserve say, we're very concerned about the global economy, we're concerned about the stock markets, we're no longer going to raise interest rates, and this would put the dollar at risk. So that's what I would say I would look out for if I'm a dirham currency holder right now.
Jameel Ahmad, Global Chief Market Analyst. He's the Vice President of Corporate Development at FXTM. Always good to get your thoughts, Jameel. Appreciate it.